You're listening to the Tribe Nail Tech podcast, where nail techs find inspiration and motivation to take their career to the next level. We welcome you here. Now tribe up and slay your day. Here is your host, Becky Bunnell.
Hi everybody, welcome to this episode of the Tribe Nail Tech podcast. I'm your host, Becky Bunnell. Today's episode is sponsored by Sojel Nails. Don't forget to go over to sojelnails.com/contest to enter today's product giveaway. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited today. Guys, we are going to talk about the Utah Nail Expo. I have my special guest, and she's in studio. I know, I haven't had an episode yet where we've both been in here together. It's just been over Zoom, and she's here today because she's in my neck of the woods in St. George, Utah, and this is Natalie Nielsen. And Natalie, like I said, she's over the Utah Nail Expo, and tickets are going to be going on sale, I think, March 1st. March 1st, yep. So I wanted to have her in here today to talk about it, so she can just tell us everything about it and a little bit about herself, like how long she's been in the industry, how did she decide to even start doing the expo. And we just figured out that it's been 5 years. It's an anniversary. It is the 5th year of the Utah Expo. And we were like, I can't believe it's not 5 years. 5 years. So I am really just going to turn the time over to her right now so she can brag about herself and tell us all about the Utah Nail Expo. So Natalie, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. This is super exciting. I don't do very well bragging about myself. So if you have questions, ask me. Okay, so about me, I've always loved nails. I went into the industry 8 years ago. I've been doing nails for 8 years. I used to teach school. My husband went to law school, and I decided I needed something to keep me sane. So went to nail school, worked in a salon in West Virginia, moved back to Utah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did not know that.
Been at home ever since. The salon in West Virginia was enough salon experience for me. Although it was a hair salon, I was the only nail tech, so it wasn't a true salon experience. Super fun. Always just worked at home, which is nice. I have 4 kids, young kids, so mom is kind of number 1 role. Nail tech is number 2. Well, wife too, obviously.
Right, and exactly.
Nail tech. How the Utah Nail Expo came about is I went to nail school, not exactly at the same time, but we left and moved back. So I was finishing nail school with Sarah Spangler, who you all know her. She runs Polish Pinkies. She's amazing. Yes. So we were kind of putting some ideas together. We were trading nails while she was mostly doing my nails. She was a lot busier than I was, so it was easier for me to go to her. But we just started talking, and she said, we need something for networking in the state. And so she kind of came up with this idea of doing the Utah Nail Expo, and it was just like this flame that just kept getting fanned. And we went, where did we go? We went somewhere. On the way home, we planned the whole thing out. I got the notebook of all the things, and planning began then. March 2016 is when we started planning it. So the first one was teeny tiny, and you were there.
I was there.
And it was at the Miller Business Research Center in Salt Lake somewhere. It was like a Salt Lake community campus. It was expo downstairs, classes upstairs. It was awesome. And then all these people showed up, and there was no room for anybody. Which was awesome.
I remember the line was clear out the door, and I was an educator, so I'm walking in, and you know what? It was so cool because it was probably the first time that I was in Utah that I was like, people were like, "Are you are you Becky Bunnell?"
They were like,
yes, and I was like,
yeah,
and I was like, and I still I stopped in the line and talked to a few of them, and still really made good connections and friendships with them.
Yes,
and that's the main thing about it.
That's the main point.
Yeah, the networking. We were lacking that in Utah.
Yeah, still are a little bit.
Still are. We're getting there. We're
getting
trying.
better, definitely. So yeah, we started that. Realized this is not going to work. So we moved it up north to Davis.
Yep.
And we did 2 years there. After the first year there, Sarah kind of decided, you know what, the booth is so much.
She's so busy.
She's so busy. She loves educating. She is so good. You meet her one time and she knows your name. She's awesome. Mm-hmm. So she kind of decided to focus on that. So I took the expo, and so I ran with it. And I've got some new helpers now, new staff. We've added a nail competition, which is awesome. We've added free kind of educational classes. They're kind of more lecture because it's only 50 minutes. They're very short.
They were great.
Drives booth sells kind of for the vendors, and also helps answer questions. You get a little more intimate setting, whereas in the expo, there's people and it's crazy everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been added. And then this year we're adding VIP tickets, which I don't know if you guys have heard about that. I'm so excited. I talked about it on my Instagram page for just like 7 minutes. I don't like doing the face-to-face thing. Yeah, so VIP tickets, there's only 100 of them.
So cool.
They get you early access to the expo this year. So you have a whole hour to shop with only 100 people. So it gets more face time with the vendors and answering questions. And you get to buy your stuff without waiting in line and all the things that you like must have. And then you get an automatic swag bag. And we were unsure, but we decided we're going to do like a limited edition t-shirt too. For the VIP members. So 100 of you get that option to do that. And those go on sale March 1st, same as all the other tickets. The general admission, there's only 50 available at a super discounted price of $25. After those are gone, they go to 30. So they'll be at 30 for the whole month of March. And then April 1st through May, it's spring pricing, so they go up to 35 plus fees. So they just kind of go up from there. It's going to be $50 at the door. So if you don't want to spend that much, buy them early.
Yes.
Plan your day. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited about it. And it's going to be in Provo again this year on September 25th, which is a Saturday.
25th, Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It is well worth it. I loved it. I've been able to I think I've been a vendor every year.
Yeah.
So working in the Sojal booth and the Tribe Nail Tech booth, we kind of do a side-by-side so I can hop from side to side. But I really liked the free education in the big room last year. It worked out really great. It was over, projected up.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of people in there.
Spread out.
Yeah, we had to spread out because of the COVID and everyone the chairs were like 6 feet. It was kind of funny. But
over there.
But it really was good because it got some people in there that had never heard of the product before.
Wow.
And then they came over to the booth right after and were just like, I got to have this stuff because I think, like you said, you try to go around the little desks and watch the demos, but
it's so hard.
There's so many people. There's so many people crowding around. I thought that was great last year.
Yeah. And, the first year we had education with it. So it was like the expo was only a few hours and then you could immediately go upstairs for education. But it's so crazy and everybody loves to shop. So we tried a few different things, but really we just decided, as much as I would love to have education be part of it, right now it's not the focus.
Right.
It is the focus, but for what I can spend my time on, it's more the expo. But yeah, it's continually evolving. Every year there's more ideas, there's new ways to make it more just cohesive and awesome for nail techs. There's, with the nail competition, there's that. I also forgot to mention there's student pricing. So if you are in school, bring your ID. You have to buy your ticket the day of so we can see your ID, but it's $25. So it gets you in all that free education because, when you're in nail school, you're kind of in a bubble learning whatever your nail school is teaching you, which is great. But it's so good to see all of the brands that are available because not one size fits all in nail tech world.
Right. And there's so much out there. That's what I tell my students. It's like, you've got to, it's what you do after nail school that makes you the nail tech that you are. And you know that I'm always big on education. So go to those nail shows and go to the little booths. And can I just say that it drives me nuts when nail techs do this? Don't go to a nail show with nails on.
Ah, yes.
Why?
Everybody wants their nails fancy for the nail show, but then
don't do that.
You want to see the product in action. So you need a blank slate to work on.
Guys,
and it'll speed it up.
Go with naked nails.
I'm so glad you said that.
Oh, it drives me crazy.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
If you really want to see a product, and this is what I always did. So I would go with blank nails. I would go to all of the booths that I was interested in, seeing the different gel, acrylic, acrygel, whatever it is, and get one nail on them. And then guess what? You get to go back home and see how they hold up for you.
Yes,
the longevity,
so
because you're not going to know. And it's so hard to jump in to buy a product when you're like, well, I'm not so sure about it. It's like, okay, they're telling me all this fluff that it's so great.
Because that's what they're doing.
That's
selling you all the part of it. Yeah.
So take it home. Remember what nails those are. Take your little notebook. Write down what finger you put what on, and then gather that business card. Sometimes I've actually, when I've went to like the big shows like the IBS in Las Vegas, I will actually pick up a business card. I'll back up and take a picture of the business card in front of their booth so I can remember like this business card had these kind of things in it.
That's
so
smart.
if I want to reach out to that website and order those products later, you don't forget, because you're going to be overwhelmed.
Oh,
Even though the Utah Nail Show is not as big, it's more intimate, but you're still going to be overwhelmed. You're going to go home going, I can't even remember who had what.
Yeah. You've been shopping all day, you get crazy.
Right. So that's just some little tips for me. Go with Naked Nails.
Oh, I love
Pick up the business cards, take a picture in front of their booth, and see how the nails wear, the longevity of it on yourself, and then if you want to invest in that product too.
Yeah, because your nails, if you're a little more oily or a little more dry. So that's great.
But get those little most booths have the little sample kits, or they have student kits. Like, get them.
Might as well.
Get them. Go home and play with them. And I don't know. There's just so much out there. And so if you're in cosmetology school, a nail school, or an apprenticeship for nails, you can show up that day, buy a discounted ticket for $25.
So it's half off. And also, if you're working that day after 2 p.m., we put them at half price too. So I know there's some people that, Saturdays are their big work day, so it's harder for them to take it off. But if you come at 2 p.m. or after, it's short. Obviously, you only got 2 hours to shop, but $25 ticket. So you can still come in and get what you need.
Okay, and last year, I was trying to think what they did. Did they not do the concessions? Are they doing the concessions this year?
We did have concessions last year. We are planning on concessions again this year. They'll be open. They've got a booth there. So it's more just like, I think they want hamburgers, sandwiches, salads, concession type food. Yeah. But it's there.
But it's
as an option. Yeah, so you don't have to leave. And there's tables. Hopefully this year we can have a little more. We did have to spread out, obviously, because of the COVID. So, and then there's the raffle items, which I didn't mention those. So buying your ticket gets you an automatic raffle ticket, but you can always buy more. The more you buy, obviously you'll win. One year I drew the same name 3 times, and I was like, oh, you're winning again. And I kind of felt bad, but she spent the money to buy all the tickets.
So you get the ticket, but when you're there, you have the opportunity to come up to the table and you can buy additional tickets, is what she's saying, to put in the
raffle. Yeah, that was very good. Thank you.
And there's some good stuff.
Yeah, so every booth is required to provide one raffle item worth at least $50 retail. So, some people go all out and give a lot of presents. The years that the daylights, the mine lamp.
Oh yeah,
she donated one of those. Like, that was a big ticket item, But everybody just kind of gives what they can, and then there are so many awesome vendors out there that can't physically make it to the show that will send raffle prizes or will donate to the swag bag. So even if they're not physically there, we have so many awesome brands that are like, we want to help, we want to support nail techs. Here's some stuff. So it's just good to come. You get exposed to so many variety of things and learn so much. Like, it's really
just
great.
Get to meet other nail techs. That's my favorite thing.
Oh yeah, there's people that I see, and I'm horrible with names. I have the worst memory, but I'll see people and I'm like, hey, I know you, and we'll go off on, what's your Instagram, and it's this, I follow you, and you get to see the face behind the nails, and it's so fun. And I remember meeting one girl at one of the booths, and she told me, you got to buy this. And I was like, okay. And I did. And it was my very favorite thing. And I was like, oh my gosh. And we're friends on Instagram now. And
talk about the parking, because I know we talked about that a lot last year, just kind of maybe giving a heads up.
So the Provo Convention Center is more of a up and down building, whereas the Davis was a flat building. So there was more parking right in front of the Davis Conference Center. But the Provo has a ton of free parking, just not right there. So there's a small lot to the back, which honestly is where me and my staff like to park because we're in and out. And there's not a ton of spaces there. There's a courthouse right across the street that you cannot park in. But other than that, there is free parking by the Smiths. There's a lot of free parking around, and especially since it's Saturday, it's usually, you can find more on a Saturday.
And there's quite a few little hotels right there too within walking distance. I stayed at the Marriott, I think, last year, and I could just walk right down the thing.
Because I drove past your car and I was like, oh, Becky's there. And it was like a block away. You can walk, and
so that made it really convenient.
There's not one attached, but there's 2 within right there, and then another one a little bit of ways. I think I have actually on my website a link of all of the nearby hotels. So if you are looking for that
on there, and tell them what the website is.
It's www.uncexpo.com.
Okay, and what about those that are coming from out of state? What's your recommendations as far as if they're having to fly in, let's talk about that a little bit.
So I would just find the Salt Lake International.
It's International.
It's farther, but it's international, so you can get there a lot cheaper. And then you just rent a car or get an Uber.
Get on the freeway.
Yeah, freeway.
Provo.
Yeah, it's south. It's not windy. It's literally a freeway.
Straight shot
to Provo. So it's really easy to find. It's not, I feel like it's a little bit further than the Layton from the airport, but it's right in the middle. So it's not that much further. It's like 10 more minutes or something like that.
Okay.
So it's pretty close there. And I was going to mention one other thing this year. We're thinking about trying a punch card. So I know a lot of people tend to just stick to their favorite brands because Booth offers sales, and that's great, But from my stance, I just have to put this little plug in. If you want more people to come, you have to shop for more people. Because if they don't do well, they're not going to come back.
Right.
So we're going to do a punch card this year where just visiting a booth, talking to the vendor there, they'll stamp it, they'll sign it, whatever they want to do. And then if you are able to visit every booth, you can pop your card in, and that will be a separate raffle for a really awesome prize from UNC.
Such a great idea.
Just to encourage you to branch out and see more, because there's a ton out there, really. Like,
yes.
Even if you just decide, I like their cuticle pusher. Great. Like, you found something.
Exactly. Some way to support everybody.
Yes.
And, there's a lot of great, big, popular brands that are out there.
Yes.
But there's also a lot of very small ones that a lot of people don't know about that are fabulous.
Yes.
And so I think that's a great idea to be able to go to every single booth and give everybody a try and support. Because like you said, the show will only grow and get bigger if we support everybody that's at the show.
Because more vendors come when there's more people, and more people come when there's more vendors. So you kind of both have to support each other.
Yes, and you have enough time because it's not till September. And so really there's no excuse for you not to come to the show. Your books are probably not booked out that far. And if they are, guys, this is something I always teach too. It's like, how many times do your nail clients say, I need to change my appointment because I have a doctor's appointment come up, or we're going to be gone on vacation now. So can you change that? So guess what? It's okay for us as nail techs to say, I decided I'm going to this Utah Nail Expo, so I need to change your appointment.
You've got to switch it around. People will respect that because you're learning to improve yourself.
And they're going to want to see what you come back with and all the new products and everything you've done. And then you guys got to remember to brag about it. You got to take pictures, you post it on your social media because your clients are going to be so excited that you've learned stuff.
Is the Sunday after all the nail swatches that people look at all my new colors.
And then remember, because you came to the show with no nails, and so you can post all 10 nails that are all going to be different, right?
All fancy, all different. Yes, seriously. That's such a good idea.
Excuse. It's no excuse.
Oh, you guys,
really,
so
right now.
My helper Brooke calls it Nail Tech Christmas.
It is. And we always say in Utah, I mean, like I said, it's a Utah nail show, but how many times do we say there's nothing in Utah, like as far as nail shows, there's not education, yes, there is. And you need to get out there and support it.
Yes, come. It's so fun too. You meet your friends, you learn new products, you spend a day on yourself, which a lot of us are moms. And how often do you get to do that for yourself? So just come have fun.
Now, if you have, let's talk about that. What are the rules on, say your husband wants to come with you, or your mother, or what are your rules on that, and how does that all work?
So if you come into the expo, you have to have a ticket. So whether you're mom helping out or husband helping out, 2 tickets to come in. Kids, just because of the safety issues with all the chemicals, I've always said better to find someone. If you're nursing, that's fine. If they're in a stroller under 1 and they can stay contained and they're not going to be reaching, grabbing stuff, because there's so many chemicals that you don't want anything to happen. So under 1 is okay. Other than that, no kids.
If you can tie them up.
You've
got them in one of those pouch things
my
that they can't move.
Always want to come. Mom, can we come to your show? And I'm like, no, because I'm telling everybody else they can't come.
You can't come.
One year my husband did bring them, and I was going, this looks so bad. But they were helping hand out the raffle lines. They were so excited to be there because this is my whole life. Yeah. When I'm not doing those, I'm on in the show. So
I'm sure the behind the scene, and you have a pretty good team, because I feel like it runs really smooth.
It does,
and I know that it's a lot of work, so I really appreciate that you do that and that you're doing it for our nail community, because we need things that are closer to us. So
that is one thing that I have been told a lot by vendors, is that our show is very well organized and very smoothly run, which is great to know, because I'm stressing out. I'm like, oh, they don't have all the information. And
yeah. So now, do you still have booths available? Because if
Yes.
a vendor is watching this, what do they need to do to get a hold of you and kind of get that going?
Yes, I'm selling booths now. Constantly, I sell them up until booths are full, which we always can kind of configure things around and make it work. So if you are interested, if you're a vendor and want to come, I'd love to have you. We have lots of different options available, lots of different pricing, so we can find something that will work for you. And just email me. It's info@uncexpo.com. Reach out there. You can also reach out on the Instagram page, which is Utah Nail Expo, and you can on the Facebook too. I am horrible. I actually have hired a social media person because I suck at checking that. Because really, I'm mom first. I hate being on my phone all the time. So I've got a social media person. She's on Facebook too, but the best place is email or Instagram.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and if you have suggestions for vendors, send them my way too, because me and Brooke are constantly trying to find new things that will work and that will help you as a nail tech. We try to stick with just nail tech stuff, but every once in a while we'll find something that will be like, would be great, helpful. So like in the past, we've had like Emoji come, because who doesn't like good scent in your salon? Yeah. Obviously the daylight lamp. We love the daylight company to come, which I'm not sure she can make it this year. I haven't heard back yet. But things like that are helpful for the nail tech. So we really try to focus more on that. But it's always fun to have like jewelry or sunglasses or something fun too. So if you know of somebody that would like to come and would do great, you think it would be awesome, send them my way.
And being in the industry for 28 years, I've been to many, many shows. And like I said, I love going to the IBS and all those things, but man, it is like hair and esthetician, and it's loud music and overwhelming. And I'm telling you, these intimate nail shows, the nail only shows like this,
they're fun.
You get so much value out of them. It's just so great.
Yeah, it's so fun. And that's kind of the goal, is to keep it nail focused. So
Okay. Give us a review again of when tickets are going on sale, where do they find them, and any other information that you think would be great for them to know.
Okay, so March 1st, and they go on sale at midnight. So you can stay up late on April or February 28th if you want. So March 1st, tickets go on sale. You can find them linked through the website, uncexpo.com. You can find them linked on the Instagram page. You can also search on eventbrite.com for them. But if you search before, they will not show up, because I've set the date March 1st. So if you are searching for it before, you won't be able to find it. But Nail Competition tickets are on sale right now. So you can search the UNC Nail Comp and you can buy your tickets. And if you sign up for 2 different categories, you get a free ticket to the Utah Nail Expo.
Oh, tell them about we didn't talk about the competition.
We didn't talk about it.
So the themes and what you've got going on with those.
I have to write it down because my brain is awful, you guys.
I'm the same way.
The themes, 2D. So hand painted, the theme is a mother's love, and that one is 10 nail tips. The 3D one is arts and crafts, and that's only 5. And then new this year is the bling category, and that one is also 5 tips. So all of the rules can be found on the website. You go to events, and there's a drop-down menu, and it says nail competition. And it has all of the themes, and then if you click on see rules, they'll be right there. And then there's a place to sign up there that will take you straight to Eventbrite. So the thing that is different about it is you have to buy your ticket before you fill out a registration form. So it's a little backwards just because of the simplicity of making it work and being in one place. So Terry Ann is over the nail competition. So once you register on Eventbrite, you purchase which nail competition you're gonna do. We get an email that says, congrats, you've got a new registration. And so that goes to Terry Ann, and she will immediately email the registration form for you to fill out that has your name, your address, what category, and then she also attaches all the rules. So you need to look for that in your email as soon as you buy a ticket. Just keep checking for it. She's really good. She usually gets it that day or the very next day. So that's that. And then it's $35 per entry. But if you buy 2, so you can do 2 different 2D ones, like hand painted, or you can do 1 2D and 1 3D, or you can do 2 3D. Like really, you can do whatever you want. But any 2 gets you a free ticket to the expo.
So if you're going to do 2 competitions, don't purchase a ticket to the show.
Don't purchase a ticket.
Purchase the competitions.
Yes.
Through that.
And then your name will get written down and we'll know. And then all of these, which is really cool about our nail competition, is all of them are done at home. Less pressure, taking your time, making sure it's perfect the way you want. And then you can either mail it in or turn it in the day before. Day before, also, I never mentioned this, we do an early check-in as well.
Yes.
So that just helps get you in the door smoothly on the morning of the expo. It does not guarantee a swag bag, but it just gets you in the door so much faster. You can walk in, show us your wristband, you're good to go. Whereas everyone else is waiting in line to get their ticket scanned and be handed the map, and you can get the map and your raffle ticket before, all that. Early check-in for the nail competition is from 5 to 7, 5 o'clock p.m. on Friday, the 24th, till 7 p.m. And then we usually do, I don't have that written down, but we usually do early check-in for just like the expo a little bit before then, like I want to say 4. Don't quote me on that, but it is that day. So you can come on Friday, early check-in. If you're already coming to town, if you're going to spend the night
there,
come do it. Go grab dinner after, party in your hotel room, and then get there and walk right in.
Yeah.
So it'll be at 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock unless you buy that VIP ticket. And then it'll be 9 o'clock.
9.
Yes.
And there's
So
only 100 of them. So
100
get
VIP.
them. Oh my gosh.
And then there will be 200 swag bags. That's
Okay.
first come, first serve for everyone else.
Oh, so 100 will go for sure for the VIP, and then an additional 200 will be
200.
for the first 200 through the door.
First
So
200
you
in the
want
door.
to get there, and you always have a line.
Oh, there's always hope is always there. She beats me there. I'm like, I gotta be there by like 6 a.m. and I'm only like 6:05, and she's like out in a coat and blanket.
5:30 in the
Yeah,
morning.
she's been there all night.
I know, it's awesome. I
But
love
it's
it.
so fun seeing the line. It like is like, oh, people are so excited.
Yes.
It's kind of good for me to see all that. It gives me a little juice, and I'm like, okay, people do care.
Okay, it was worth all this
It was worth
work.
it, yeah.
And even with COVID last year, some vendors backed out. Some people that had tickets maybe backed out because they were worried about that. They did a great job. We all had our masks on.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have any repercussions from that.
No,
I don't think there was
no
anything.
Outbreak or anything.
No,
like
and
that.
it was still so good. Like I remember our booth had such great sales. It was such a good year for us, and
it was great.
So it was so cool that people still come. They felt safe. Everything was worked out. So no matter what it's going to look like this year, if we're still in the midst of COVID, if we're not, our numbers in Utah are plummeting. They say on the news.
Yeah.
So
so
they
the
say
vaccine being out, and I think hopefully
guys,
traveling will be a lot better. And
we're talking September, so get on there and get your ticket, and it's going to be. I just think things are finally turning around.
We're turning around, and that's the thing. I think I was one of only, I don't know for sure, maybe
2 or 3
shows that
they had
happened
the one in
last year.
Tennessee, and
they
I don't
did
even
do that
know.
One, and that one was great for them too. And I think
Nail Camp in Maryland.
That's what it was. So there was 3 of us that had events last year, and it was great. I was expecting maybe like 200 people to show up, and we had over 450, and we were able to socially distance.
But everybody complied, and
everybody had their masks on, and people were just so happy to be together.
So like
I was preparing myself for some people that would, keep their masks down or be an anti-masker and just want to throw a fit. And I was gearing up for some confrontation, which I am not good at.
Right.
But it was so good. Everyone was
everyone was happy to be there.
They were so happy.
Like,
everyone was compliant. So
yeah.
For those of you that were nervous, I totally get that, and I'm sympathetic to that. But really, everyone complied, and everyone did great. And even my event people were like, we were kind of nervous when we saw everyone lining up, but they were like, you guys did so great. Everyone spread out.
Yeah.
Everyone did really good. The lines were super long, but they were spread out. They're always long because there's so many people. And there were less people to shop from, so there was longer lines. But it went great. And I'm just hopeful that we can continue to improve and that more of you will feel safe coming, because really we do all we can. Right now, I'm requiring masks. It's just on my website. Masks will be required unless otherwise specified, just because I don't know what September's going to look like.
Right.
But
so it'll change, and you'll keep everyone updated.
I will keep everyone updated as best I can.
So she gets on Instagram quite often and, updates people. Like I said, this is in September. So Instagram page again.
Utah Nail Expo.
Utah Nail Expo. Easy. So get on there, follow it, and just watch for updates.
Yes.
And then set your alarms. So March 1st, you're going to get those tickets. Get those VIP tickets because that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Can you think of anything else that we're missing?
Just with the nail competition, Sojo is the sponsor of that, and they have these awesome display boards we get a ton of questions like, what's the best way to display these?
Mm-hmm.
I've linked a video on the website of what their boards look like and how they can help you display your awesome work. So you can buy them, and then last year they actually gave them as prizes so that the winners could display them in this really beautiful frame. I'm not sure if they're doing that for their prize again this year. Terry Ann's in charge of that, but for sure there's a link for you can buy them to display them.
Makes it easy.
Makes it so easy, so easy. So that's kind of, I was going to say all the people that I have coming so far.
Yeah, I mean, let's name the vendors that are coming so far.
It's not a huge list, just because I have a lot that I've been talking with, but contracts from, here's who I have contracts from. I have contracts from Erica's ATA, Polished Pinkies, which she brings accents, Magpie, her own Polished Pinkies line of things, and also she will be doing the Luminary brand again this year. Sojo's coming, and my tribe. And then Light Elegance, Après Nails.
Yes,
they couldn't come last year, so we're really excited about that. And then Dulce Nails is coming. Shay is bringing that down from Idaho again. So those are the ones that have confirmed. It's still super early. I really start focusing on it in March. So it's super early, but those are the ones that are like, yep, sign us up. We're coming back. So I've got a lot of ones that I've got a new one. I'm not going to say because it's just a verbal yes, but holy cow, I'm so excited. You guys, it's going to be such a good show. I'm so excited.
Yep, it was good. Like I said, even with it being Inspire last year, it was incredible.
And it's always fun.
It is always fun. So guys,
spend all your money.
I know, right?
All of it.
That's why you don't bring your husband.
That's
why do you want to do that?
Anybody asks, can my husband come? I always say, are you sure you
want
him to?
It's kind of like, oh, honey, I've had this stuff forever. That's it. You just run it in your closet.
Yes, just run it to the way, throw that receipt.
It's awesome. And don't forget, it's always a tax write-off. So, girls, ladies, whatever, it's tax season right now. Just really remember that as just a little tip. Your show, your mileage to the show, your hotel, and all your food, all your meals that you spend while you're attending that show, and of course all the products. So guys, you got to invest in yourself, invest in your career, invest in your business. It's so worth it. So
do it. Plus, you'll learn more people to take education classes from throughout the whole year too.
Right.
So it's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Natalie?
I think that's it.
I'm excited. Get on there and get a ticket, guys. I can't wait to see you there. I'll be at the Sojel and the Tribe Nail Tech booth, and I can't wait for you to come by and see us.
So fun.
Yes, and you can find me at Nailed by Becky Bunnell on social media, and please follow the Tribe Nail Tech podcast, subscribe, share, and my online classes are on nailteched.com. So guys, thank you again, Natalie.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll see you later, guys.